They say money doesn't buy happiness, but have you seen Kris Jenner lately? She looks happier than ever after spending $100K on a new face. So Kris Jenner, the queen momager herself, just pulled off a glow up so major the internet is still catching its breath. At 69 years old, she stepped out looking almost unrecognizable after a facelift that reportedly cost around $100,000. And instead of pretending it never happened, Kris is saying loud and clear this is her version of aging gracefully. She just landed the cover of Vogue Arabia, and of course she used that spotlight to set the record straight. Kris revealed this wasn't her first time under the scalpel, it's actually facelift number 2. Her first was about 15 years ago, and this time she went to one of New York's top surgeons, Dr. Stephen Levine, for, this refresh. When asked why, she kept it simple. She said, I want to be the best version of myself and what makes me happy. In true Kris fashion, she spun the whole thing into a mantra, like, that's my version of aging gracefully. Now, some people might argue that aging gracefully means going all natural, embracing every wrinkle and gray hair, but Kris is flipping the script. To her, it's about taking control, making choices that keep her feeling powerful and confident, and honestly, what's more graceful than owning your narrative at nearly 70, right? Kris didn't just do this, for herself. She said she wanted to be open about it to inspire people who might not feel great about themselves. Think about that. I mean, she could have kept this whole thing under wraps, acted like her face just magically defied gravity. Instead, she's like, nope, I got work done, I love it, and you don't have to be ashamed if you want to do the same. It's giving like honesty, transparency, and yes, marketing genius. Speaking of marketing genius, Kris knows how to cash in on literally anything. Case in point, her son Rob's sock and loungewear brand just dropped a shirt that says, I'll have what Kris Jenner is having. Now forget shapewear or lip kits, Kris is turning her facelift into merch. Only she could turn plastic surgery into a t-shirt slogan. It's her second facelift in 15 years, so clearly this isn't about chasing trends, it's about long-term maintenance. I mean, she's kind of redefining what aging gracefully even means, refusing to let society's kind of rulebook tell her how a woman approaching 70 should look. Her kids are literally part of the process, proving again that the Kardashian-Jenner empire runs like a family business, even when it comes to cosmetic procedures. And she's backing the whole thing as a message of confidence and empowerment. And let's not forget the merch angle. I mean, this is Kris Jenner we're talking about, so every move has a business plan behind it. Kris turns 70 this November, and if you think she's slowing down, think again. She says she plans on hustling until she's at least 85, and judging by her track record, she probably will. She's been running businesses, producing reality TV, managing empires, and reshaping pop culture for decades. And now she's reshaping her face to keep up with her own unstoppable energy. So yes, the price tag is wild. Reports put it around $100,000, maybe even higher. She's not hiding, she's not apologizing, she's not slowing down. She's rewriting kind of the idea that women over 60 or 70 are supposed to fade into the background. So here's the bottom line. Kris Jenner is proving that aging gracefully doesn't have to mean doing nothing. It can mean Botox, fillers, facelift, Pilates, green juice, whatever makes you feel like the best version of you. For her, it's about full glam, full hustle, full ownership of her narrative. Kylie Jenner, once hailed as the youngest self-made billionaire in the world, the ultimate beauty mogul, and a style icon for millions, is almost unrecognizable. Fans, critics, and even casual observers can't stop talking about it. Something has gone seriously wrong, and the internet is shocked. Let's start with her lips. Kylie's lips were once her signature, the feature that made her a household name, but over the years it seems the injections have gone too far. They're not just plump, they're swollen to the point where, her expressions look frozen. On camera, she often appears to be smiling, but if you look closely, her lips barely move. Fans have noticed that even when she laughs or talks, the natural movement of her mouth is almost gone. Lip fillers are supposed to enhance, not replace, and it doesn't stop there. Kylie's cheeks have also changed dramatically. Once naturally soft and youthful, they now have a taut, kind of like sculpted look that seems more synthetic than real. Some cosmetic experts online are speculating that she's had cheek fillers or even fat transfers done repeatedly, leaving her with that sharp, kind of plastic-like appearance. Now, the face that used to be the definition of smooth, natural beauty now seems almost alien-like. Now let's talk about her jawline. Kylie's jaw has gone from soft and rounded to sharp, angular, and almost a natural. Some fans joke that she could now cut diamonds with it. I mean, experts suggest she may have had jaw fillers or even surgical contouring to achieve that extreme look. Now the problem? Well, it throws off her whole facial balance. What used to feel approachable and relatable now feels distant, almost robotic. And while, her cosmetic procedures have made headlines, we can't ignore how her changing appearance affects her overall vibe. Kylie's always been the queen of self-branding, known for her glow, charm, and a kind of effortless allure. But as her face changes, fans are noticing a shift. She looks less like the Kylie we grew up seeing on social media and more like a constructed deconstructed version of herself. It's the kind of transformation that sparks endless memes, TikToks, and viral debates across the internet. Critics aren't holding back either. Social media is flooded with side-by-side comparisons of Kylie from just a few years ago versus now. I mean, some fans are mourning the girl they once, admired, while others are fascinated, watching every cosmetic tweak like a science experiment. But beyond the commentary, one thing is clear. This is a warning story about the dangers of overdoing cosmetic procedures in the name of perfection. Interestingly, Kylie isn't the only celebrity facing this. The likes of Kim Kardashian, Megan Fox, even some younger stars have experienced the slippery slope of chasing the perfect face. But Kylie's case is particularly striking because her image is the backbone of her brand. I mean, when your face is your business, every tweak is magnified 1,000 times. Every change becomes a public spectacle, and in Kylie's case, that spectacle has turned into controversy. So what's next for Kylie? Will she embrace a more natural look again or continue down the rabbit hole of cosmetic enhancements? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, the internet is obsessed. Every new photo, every new appearance goes under a microscope, dissected and debated by millions, of viewers that are hungry for the latest did she or didn't she. So Kylie's Jenner face has become more than just a beauty statement, it's now a viral phenomenon. Before and after photos are supposed to show glow-ups, right? A little healthier, a little happier, maybe better lighting and a better stylist, but lately some of these celebrity before and afters are doing the exact opposite. Fans aren't saying, wow, amazing, they're saying, are they okay? First up, Christina Aguilera. Christina has always been so tiny, but recent photos have sparked a wave of concern. Her face looks sharper, her frame noticeably smaller, and in some appearances, she looks fragile rather than fierce. Fans who grew up with her powerhouse vocals and curves started commenting that she looks drained, almost brittle. The conversation online isn't she looks hot, it's she looks unwell. When someone known for explosive energy suddenly looks like they're running on empty, it raises eyebrows. Next is Donatella Versace. Donatella has always had a very dramatic look, but side-by-side photos over the years are honestly shocking. Her frame has become increasingly thin, her face more tight and drawn, and fans have openly questioned whether she's healthy. The irony isn't lost on anyone. The woman who shaped the fashion, industry beauty standards now looks like she's been consumed by them. It's not just aging at this point, it's a visible shift towards, basically that very unsettling feeling. Now let's talk about Ariana Grande. Ariana has addressed this herself, and that's important, but before she spoke up, fans were very alarmed. Recent photos showed her looking extremely thin with sunken cheeks and a softness gone from her face. People weren't being cruel, they were scared. When someone who's always looked youthful suddenly looks tired and delicate, people worry. Ariana's case sparked a massive conversation about how normalized extreme thinness has quietly become again. Another one that shocked people, Kelly Ripa. Kelly has always been slim, but recent images had fans doing double takes. Her arms look thinner, her face more gaunt, and viewers started saying she looked exhausted rather than energized. Morning TV is supposed to be bright and bubbly, but when someone looks like they haven't slept or eaten enough to sustain that pace, it becomes distracting and concerning. Let's talk about Jonah Hill. Jonah's weight loss journey has been long and public and at times celebrated, but some very recent before and after comparisons left fans very uneasy. His frame looks dramatically smaller, his face more hollow, and people started questioning whether the pressure to completely reinvent himself took things too far. It's one thing to get healthier, it's another to look like the joy got lost somewhere in the process. Another name popping up lately, Sharon Osbourne. Sharon has openly talked about weight loss, but recent photos show her looking alarmingly thin. Her face appears sunken, her body almost fragile, and fans have said she looks like she disappeared into herself. When someone looks drastically different from just a year ago, it's hard not to feel uneasy watching it unfold. And finally, we have Celine Dion. This one hits hard. Celine has been open about health struggles, and recent photos show just how much her body has changed. She looks incredibly thin, visibly weaker, and far more fragile than the powerful performer fans remember. This isn't gossip, this is reality, and it's heartbreaking to watch someone so iconic physically struggle in such a public way. Renee Zellweger was once one of the most recognizable faces in Hollywood, from her breakout role in Jerry Maguire to her career-defining performance as Bridget Jones. Her round face and girl next door charm made her instantly identifiable, but in 2014, fans were shocked when Renee appeared at the Elle Women in Hollywood Awards looking almost like an entirely different person. Her face was noticeably slimmer, her eyes looked wider, and many wondered if she had undergone, cosmetic surgery. The change was so drastic that her appearance sparked weeks of headlines. Renee later explained that she was simply healthier, happier, and living a quieter life away from Hollywood pressure. But it's undeniable, that when you compare her photos photos from the early 2000s to even right now, she looks nearly unrecognizable. Macaulay Culkin, the child star who stole the world's heart as Kevin McAllister in Home Alone, went through one of the most dramatic transformations in celebrity history. In the 1990s, his blonde hair and mischievous smile made him one of the most famous kids in the world. But after stepping away from acting, he re-emerged in the 2010s looking shockingly different, very gaunt, pale, and much older than his age. Tabloids speculated about substance dependency issues, and photos of him during that time went absolutely viral. However, in recent years, Macaulay has made a remarkable comeback. With his healthier appearance, long hair, and a more polished look, he seems like a completely different person than both the child star we once knew and the troubled adult that worried fans. The before and after photos tell a story of a life in the spotlight that hasn't been easy, but one that has absolutely turned a corner. Kelly Osbourne's transformation shocked fans in a totally different way. When she first burst onto TV screens in The Osbournes, she was known then for her punk style, colorful hair, and fuller figure. She was outspoken, brash, and unapologetically herself. But over the years, Kelly committed to an incredible health journey. She revealed she underwent gastric sleeve surgery and then made very dramatic, drastic lifestyle changes, shedding over 80 pounds. Her appearance today is almost unrecognizable compared to the rebellious teen we first saw in the early 2000s. Beyond her weight loss, though, her entire style has evolved. She now sports kind of a very sleek look, polished makeup, and fashion-forward outfits that make her look like a completely different person. The before and after photos of Kelly highlight one of the most dramatic glow-ups in recent celebrity history. Lil' Kim's transformation has been one of the most talked about in the music world. The legendary rapper, whose rose to fame in the 1990s with her bold lyrics and unapologetic style, looked very different in her early days. She was known for her striking features, brown skin, and signature fashion statements, but over the years, her appearance has changed drastically. Fans noticed a very lighter skin tone, altered facial features, and different hairstyles that often make her look unrecognizable compared to her 90s self. Lil' Kim has admitted to undergoing multiple surgeries, but she's also spoken about struggling with self-image issues, and rooted in very difficult relationships, the harsh industry pressures has taken a toll on her. The before and after comparisons show how much she has transformed, to the point that some new fans barely realize she was once the same woman who redefined female rap in the 90s. Lastly, we have Brendan Fraser. Now, his transformation might be the most shocking, but also the most inspiring. In the 1990s and early 2000s, Fraser was one of Hollywood's leading men, starring in The Mummy, George of the Jungle, countless other blockbusters. He was known for his athletic build, charming looks, and goofy sense of humor, but years of performing, his own stunts left him with severe injuries, leading to multiple surgeries. Combined with personal struggles and stepping away from Hollywood, Fraser's appearance changed dramatically. He gained weight, looked much older than expected, and fans barely recognized him. For years, he was out of the spotlight, almost forgotten, but recently, with his acclaimed performance in The Whale, he has returned triumphantly. Now, he looks different, yes, but his resilience and vulnerability have basically won him even more fans. His before and after photos tell the story of a man who fell from Hollywood heights and found redemption in his comeback. Demi Moore is unrecognizable in these new photos. Is Ozempic to blame? Demi Moore, Hollywood icon, ghost, G.I. Jane, the woman who's been turning heads for decades, but lately she's been making headlines for a reason beyond style. People are saying she looks almost unrecognizable, and the internet can't stop talking about it. At the 2026 Oscars, Demi absolutely stole the show in a custom emerald green Gucci gown adorned with dramatic black feathers. To me, it was stunning. To me, she looks stunning, but the contrast of the rich green, with the bold feather detailing, it gave her full peacock energy. The dress was theatrical, the hair sleek, the makeup flawless, but just weeks before at the SAG or Actor Awards, Demi's appearance shocked fans. She looked skeletal, far, kind of frailer than usual, and with a delicate frame that had social media buzzing with concern. Now, the contrast between that fragile SAG Awards look and her Oscars glamour was impossible to ignore. Naturally, the rumor mill jumped in, with some pointing to Ozempic, the weight loss medication that's become shorthand online for any celebrity who appears thinner than expected. Demi Moore also commanded attention at Milan Fashion Week's Gucci FW26 show on February 26, blending, high fashion with a personal reinvention, sporting a much slimmer frame and a slick, wet look bob haircut style. Now, the 63-year-old icon paired her fresh look with an all-leather ensemble from creative director Dema Gavasila. People couldn't stop talking about this look because she just looks so youthful and very different. Let's be clear though, there's no confirmed evidence that Demi Moore is taking Ozempic or any medication medication to lose weight. Zero, zilch, nada. What we're seeing here is speculation that's been obviously amplified by social media's obsession, with celebrity bodies. Now, Demi has always been slender. That's kind of her aesthetic, but the reactions online reveal more about our discomfort with change than anything about her actual health. Hollywood beauty standards aren't getting any easier. Extreme thinness, whether from editing, surgery, or other methods, can give a gaunt, almost unsettling look that kind of grabs attention. That's exactly what happened at the Actor Awards, yet Demi's Oscar appearance reminded everyone that she's still bold, still magnetic, and fully in control of her image. Demi has been reinventing herself for over 40 years. Roles, fashion, personal expression, she's done it all. When people say unrecognizable, what they're really saying is, we're uncomfortable with change. We're uncomfortable with aging. We're uncomfortable seeing a woman own her presence on her own terms. So was Ozempic to blame? There's no proof. The real conversation should be about, how we talk about women in Hollywood, especially as they age and evolve. At the Oscars, Demi Moore didn't just walk the red carpet, she commanded it. So regardless of what you think, one thing is clear, Demi still makes the world stop and take notice. But what do you think about her look? Let me know. Thumbs up for natural aging, or drop a comment if you think she's actually on Ozempic. Taylor Swift is unrecognizable and has ruined her face. Life of a showgirl? Girl, you better slow down. 35-year-old Taylor Swift showed up looking almost unrecognizable after her latest appearance. Yes, you heard me right. What happened to the face we all knew? It all went down on the Graham Norton show, where Taylor made her first interview in years to promote her new album, The Life of a Showgirl. It was supposed to be a night of glamour, music talk, and maybe wedding teasers. Instead, the internet exploded, not over her voice or her lyrics, but over her look. Now, fans and critics alike were doing double takes. Was it the makeup, the lighting, or did Taylor Swift really cross into the territory of heavy enhancements? Some observers claimed her once soft facial contours now look swollen, overly plumped, and lacking the delicate structure she used to have. Her eyelids, they're more open, sharper. Her cheeks, well, they're more filled out. They're a little fuller. And her expression, well, somewhere between frozen and unfamiliar. The overall effect, an almost alien version of the Taylor we used to know. But here's where it gets interesting. A few plastic surgery experts chimed in to remind us cheek filler, Botox, and lighting tricks can all dramatically shift someone's appearance. One surgeon pointed out that what looks like surgical intervention might just be contouring, angled lighting, or clever makeup. Meanwhile, a rep for Taylor reportedly denied she's had any cosmetic surgery. But, people aren't convinced. So did Taylor ruin her face? Did she just lean a little too hard into aesthetics, or was everyone too quick to judge based on one flashy, over-edited TV moment? Photos from the show circulated super fast, and on Reddit, the roasting was instant. People said she's fully into pillow face territory, it's scary, all those drastic changes aged her 10 years. Another person said she looks like every other botched celebrity in Hollywood now. Ouch. That is kind of harsh, but comments like these feed the wildfire of speculation. Some called out the irony. Taylor's always preached, stay true to yourself. Yet now her face looks like someone else's blueprint. Meanwhile, the show itself wasn't drama-free. Rumor has it that during filming, actress Jodie Turner-Smith asked Swift if she planned on having babies. Now, the question was later cut from the broadcast, and host Graham Norton reportedly shut it down on the spot, calling it an off-camera conversation. Taylor, for her part, brushed off the baby talk with a quip about no under 18 guests and promised you'll know when the wedding invites drop. So what do we take away from all this? First, celebrities are under a microscope, and one angle or one filter can make or break how the world sees you. Second, we live in an era where enhanced features are so normalized, it's hard to tell where makeup ends and surgery begins. And third, beauty standards are a trap, especially when you're already defined as iconic. So Taylor can deny or deflect all she wants, but one thing's certain, her face that night had people talking, and whether she ruined it or just allowed it to evolve is up to interpretation. Either way, it's a stark reminder that in 2025, even your own face can become a viral conspiracy. So stay tuned, because the next Taylor era might not just be about music, it might be about identity. John Travolta looks almost completely unrecognizable in these new photos. Okay, so let's talk about John Travolta. Yes, that John Travolta, Danny Zuko, Disco King, Pulp Fiction icon. And now at 71 years old, he's trending again for looking like he literally reversed aging. Here's the scene, a sold out Grease sing-along at the Hollywood Bowl. Now the crowd's vibing, everyone's singing, summer nights, and then boom, out walks John Travolta in full-blown leather jacket and a very thick jet black wig styled exactly like his 1978 character. You could practically hear the collective gasp from the audience. People were not ready for it. He didn't just show up, he committed. Travolta hit the stage, dropped classic Zuko lines like, LA, I thought you were going back to Australia, and then jumped straight into leading the crowd in We Go Together. That's not just fan service, that's full-on time travel. But here's where it gets wild. The internet saw the pics and lost its mind. The most repeated comment? He looks 30 years younger. Some fans said he looked better now than he did during the Hairspray press tour. Others straight up called him a handsome stud again. Now some even joke saying that wig is doing the Lord's work, and honestly they weren't wrong, so let's address it. Yes, it was a wig, but not just any wig. The thing had volume, bounce, and attitude. It was practically a cast member, and the way he wore it, well, zero shame, full confidence. He didn't try to hide it, he just owned it. This wasn't a quiet comeback, this was a strategic nostalgia bomb. Now think about it, Grease is iconic, and here comes Travolta throwing us right back into 1978 with one surprise appearance and instantly reminding everyone why he became a star in the first place. But it's more than just looks, you know, this moment proves something deeper. Reinvention is powerful. Travolta has been, you know, everything. Disco legend in Saturday Night Fever, smooth criminal in Pulp Fiction, dancing dad in Super Bowl commercials, you know, bald baddie in The Fanatic, and now he's just turned back the clock and given us Danny Zuko 2.0. At 71, he's not chasing youth, he's reaching or reclaiming legacy, and honestly, it's working. Let's be honest, Hollywood is obsessed with youth, but Travolta just reminded everyone that charisma trumps age. You know, you can slap on a wig, dust off your old jacket, and walk into a packed stadium like you never left. And when you do it with confidence, well, people eat it up. So what can we learn from this moment? First, nostalgia sells big time. Second, surprise appearances hit harder than any PR campaign. And third, if you've still got the spark, never be afraid to show it off. Travolta's transformation isn't just physical, it's branding genius. It's giving timeless, it's giving, you know, this ain't your average senior citizen, and maybe just maybe it's a reminder that aging doesn't have to mean fading. Sometimes it means, you know, making a grand entrance, wig first. Amanda Bynes is back and almost nearly unrecognizable after shedding 20 pounds on Ozempic. Amanda Bynes, what on earth happened? The former Nickelodeon sweetheart now looks almost unrecognizable after dropping 20 pounds thanks to Hollywood's favorite, Ozempic. Yep, that same medication that's turning red carpets into walking ads for, you know, I woke up like this. At 39, Amanda revealed she lost 20 pounds and she's not stopping until she hits her goal weight. She admitted she started at 173 pounds and wanted to get down to about 130, all because she said she looked better in paparazzi pictures. That's not exactly body positive influence talk, but you know what? At least she's being real. And in true Amanda fashion, this wasn't a simple I worked out and ate a salad journey. She tried the pill version of Ozempic first and actually made her gain weight. She went from 173 to 180 before switching to the injectable version, which finally worked and brought her down to 163. So yes, even Ozempic comes with its plot twists, but it's not just the weight that has everyone talking. Amanda's been quietly upgrading her entire vibe. I mean, she's experimented with bleach blonde streaks and black extensions, bleached brows, and that signature heart tattoo on her cheek. Add in the septum piercing and a new confirmed cosmetic tweak, you know, like eyelid surgery and lip fillers, and she's basically created a whole new version of herself. The brand might still say Amanda Bynes, but the packaging has been completely redesigned. Now let's talk about why. Amanda said she wanted to lose weight to look better in paparazzi shots, which honestly is brutally honest. I mean, she knows the game she's in, the camera's always watching, and every angle becomes a headline. After everything she's been through, the public breakdowns, the conservatorship, the memes, this feels like her comeback era. Not a return to fame, but a return to control. Still, there's a cautionary side to all of this. Ozempic might be Hollywood's new best friend, but it's not a magic wand. Amanda herself proved that. It didn't even work at first, and when you mix weight loss meds with cosmetic procedures, you're stepping into a world that's more high-risk experiment than self-care routine. But here's the thing, Amanda's transformation is setting the tone for what's becoming the new beauty standard. Celebs are dropping pounds faster than we can scroll, all with the help of injections, fillers, and a little surgical fine-tuning. Is it empowerment or just more pressure disguised as self-improvement? That depends on who you ask, of course. Amanda's own words were simple. She said she just wants to feel skinny and cute. And honestly, that's what makes this story hit different. It's kind of raw and unfiltered, and it's something a lot of people secretly relate to, even if they won't admit it. She's clearly feeling herself again, posting updates and promising there's more to come, and honestly, good for her, because this is the same girl who went from Nickelodeon to total media chaos and somehow lived to tell the tale. So will she hit that 50-pound goal? Maybe. Will she keep reinventing herself? Probably. Will the paparazzi finally give give her a break? Definitely not. But this Amanda Bynes comeback era, the Ozempic, the face tweaks, the glow up, is proof that she's not hiding anymore. She's rewriting her story one injection and one selfie at a time. Whether you love it or not, you're watching. Amy, is that you, girl? Amy, no humor. I mean, Schumer is almost unrecognizable in these new photos. Fans are losing it, so let's get into it. Amy Schumer just dropped new photos and people are doing double takes. Her legs look like they've been through like a massive glow up. So the internet's asking what happened, and more importantly, is Ozempic the culprit like usual? So let's unpack this for a moment, shall we? She posted an Instagram of her in a short black dress in Las Vegas with some friends, Jillian Bell and Alex Sachs, and captioned it, "Loving the love. My legs, thank you." And yes, people lost their minds. Like, speaking head in silhouette, Chelsea Handler wrote, "Yes, look at this pic." Kathy Griffin joked, "I'm so mad about your legs. I can barely talk to you." And Amy Sedaris chimed in saying, "You look incredible. Like, look at those pins." But behind all of the applause, Amy's been very public about her weight loss journey and actually how Ozempic almost like wrecked her completely. She says she tried Ozempic back in 2022, but it just was not livable for her. She said she got so sick that she was actually bedridden, vomiting so hard she couldn't even play with her 6-year-old son, Gene. I mean, she recounted being on the floor while her kid asked her to play tag. You know, she said she called out the performative denials from others using it. And I mean, everyone has been lying, saying, "Oh, smaller portions." She said, just stop. You are on Ozempic or one of those things, or you get work done. If she got lipo, you know, she'd say she got lipo, basically is what she's saying. I mean, no BS. So yes, her transformation is real, but her take is this: medication is a tool. It's not magic. And for her, it came with a cost, so she's not doing it anymore. Her story sits in a bigger conversation though. Lots of celebrities are talking about weight loss medication like Ozempic or Mounjaro or Wegovy or whatever other GLP medication there is. Some swear by them, others say they induce nausea, weakness, or sometimes even worse, like hospital visits. Schumer's critique is very sharp, so let's stop pretending, you know, diets alone did it. Be honest and don't glamorize or stigmatize choices. Now, at the end of the day, Amy isn't endorsing or judging. She's just simply saying, I tried it. It almost took me out, but here I am. And that, my friends, is how you glow up, you know, with teeth. Now, if you enjoyed this breakdown, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think about all of these weight loss medications being so normalized these days, all these celebrities on it, Amy Schumer trying it. Chrissy Teigen is almost completely unrecognizable in newly surfaced photos. Could it be Ozempic? Here's what I know. Okay, so I'm just gonna say it. Chrissy Teigen stepped out in new photos and people are losing their minds because she looks different. And not like new haircut different. I mean, full on, did I just scroll past a face swap filter kind of different. And of course, the internet did what it always does. It decided that she must be on Ozempic. Not a new like skincare routine, not lighting, not weight loss, no contour. No, immediately it was just Ozempic. So welcome to 2025. Now here's what actually happened. Chrissy opened up recently about why she decided to use Ozempic in the first place. I mean, and honestly, it wasn't for like a vanity glow up or to fit into, you know, sample size dresses. She said after losing her son Jack at 20 weeks, her body and her life spiraled. She gained around 40 extra pounds and felt like her body was completely stuck. Like no matter what she did, nothing would change it. You know, add millions of people online constantly body shaming her, you know, too big, too small, too bloated, too skinny, all while pretending they're just concerned about her health. Yeah, sure, Brenda. I mean, you definitely care. So she reached a point where she finally said, screw it, I'm doing what makes me feel good. And she decided, you know, to be honest about using Ozempic, which by the way, is more honesty than 95% of Hollywood combined. I mean, most celebrities would rather claim they just stopped eating gluten and started drinking water while they're literally wasting away. Chrissy didn't do that. She told the truth. She said, yes, I used it. Yes, it helped. And no, I don't care if you're mad at me about it. But the second her face popped up looking slimmer and tighter, the internet went feral. I mean, people were like, why does she look like a different person? Did she get surgery? Is this AI? Is her new face still under warranty? Let's be real. We've seen this, you know, Ozempic face thing enough times now to know what's up. When people lose weight really, really fast, their facial fat drops too, and things get a little sunken, a little sharper, a little little, you know, like, wait, who is that? And that's exactly what people mean when they say she's unrecognizable. They don't mean she actually looks bad. They just mean she looks different than what they're used to. Consistency is a hell of a thing, and Chrissy just unsubscribed from her old look. Now, do I think Ozempic played a role in, you know, her transformation? Yeah, but do I think it's the only thing going on? Absolutely not. This is Hollywood. Botox is basically chapstick out there. There are fillers, facial, skin tightening lasers, contour makeup, filters, jawline tape, and enough editing apps to rebuild your face pixel by pixel. You think she, you know, isn't using those too? I mean, come on, please. Chrissy Teigen may be a chaos agent on Twitter, but she's not stupid. And kind of what's wild is that the headlines keep calling her unrecognizable, like that's the ultimate insult. Since when is evolving a crime? People grow up, faces change, trauma changes you, money definitely changes you. The only people who stay looking exactly the same are Disney characters and people trapped on those TLC shows, you know? Chrissy is a mom of 4, a brand owner, a cookbook queen, and she lives under a microscope. If she wants some medical assistance to feel better in her body, I mean, that's her business. And what I actually respect is that she said she's doing it for herself, not for trolls, not for tabloids, not for approval, but no matter what she does, people will talk. If she gains weight, they drag her. If she loses weight, they drag her. If she doesn't, you know, or isn't honest about using Ozempic, they drag her. If she lies, they drag her. Literally, there's no winning unless you stop playing, and she basically just did. So is Ozempic to blame for her transformation? I mean, not really. Ozempic didn't transform Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen transformed Chrissy Teigen. I mean, the medication was just a tool, like they all say. The real change came from someone who finally stopped caring about what other people thought about her body and did what made her feel good. So whether you agree with her choices or not, at least she owns them, which is more than I can say for most celebrities, influencers, and honestly, half of the people in your Instagram feed. So yeah, she looks different now, and what? I mean, let's stop acting like a woman changing her face or her body is some sort of breaking news event. It's not. The only thing shocking here is that she actually told the truth about it. I mean, if honestly, like, it's about aesthetics and makes people this uncomfortable, then buckle up because we're just getting started. Is The Rock on Ozempic? He looks almost unrecognizable in these new photos. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, aka the man who made muscles his entire brand, just shocked the world. At 53, he hit the Venice Film Festival red carpet for the premiere of The Smashing Machine, looking almost unrecognizable. Gone was the larger-than-life superhero build, and in its place, well, dramatically slimmed down version of The Rock in a very sleek gray double-breasted suit, tan button-up, and tiny professor-style glasses. Social media didn't even know what to do with itself. Fans first noticed the transformation when he arrived in Venice wearing a simple light blue shirt and black pants, and then the comments went absolutely wild. One person said he looked like a pebble. Another joked that it was AI generated, and honestly, it did feel like we were looking at an alternate universe Rock. So naturally, the rumor mill kicked into overdrive. People started asking, did The Rock secretly jump on Ozempic? With every other celebrity slimming down overnight, the internet wasn't buying that this was just hard work. But here's the truth. Johnson has been upfront about it. He didn't hop on any weight loss medication craze. This transformation was completely intentional, tied directly to his role as MMA legend Mark Kerr. And if you know The Rock, you know this wasn't about vanity. It was about becoming the character down to the very last detail. So how did he do it? Well, months of preparation. Apparently, we're talking a very strict diet, water and sodium manipulation, and cardio stacked on top of its already insane workouts. Now, you know, he wanted to look like a real fighter who's lived in the cage, not a Marvel superhero, and honestly, he pulled it off. This isn't the first time either. He used a similar game plan when prepping for Black Adam back in 2023, proving he knows exactly how to reshape his body depending on the role. He even admitted that during training. I mean, he heard this little voice in his head saying, what if I could do more? Constantly pushing past the limit. So let's be clear, he's not skinny, he's carved. This is the difference between a mass monster build and a combat-ready physique. Think precision, think lean muscle built for speed and damage. He's not trying to impress Instagram, he's trying to make fight scenes so real they make John Wick look like a warm-up. Of course, fans online had their doubts, some worried about his health, others swore, you know, there was no way The Rock could slim down like that in just half a year, but his explanation holds up, and it matches exactly what he's done before. And here's where the Ozempic rumors fall flat. There's no evidence, no mention, not even a hint that he used it. People just connected the dots between his slimmer look and his current Hollywood obsession with this medication. But in this case, wrong dots. This was discipline, not a prescription. So here's the takeaway. The Rock's Rock's new look isn't AI, it's not Ozempic, and it isn't a midlife crisis. It's dedication. Transformation, it's him doing what he's always done, reinventing himself bigger, or in this case, leaner than ever. And if the memes call him a pebble, well, don't worry, he's still The Rock. And remember this, when you see those photos, don't credit his new body to some trendy substance. This one's all hard work, all sweat, all rock. The 2025 VMAs happened. There was the good, the bad, the ugly, and the unrecognizable. Jessica Simpson has officially made jaws drop, and not just with her Christian Siriano gown at the 2025 VMAs. The real shock was her face. Fans couldn't stop asking, is that even Jessica anymore? I mean, showing off a very noticeably plumper pout and a wrinkle-free visage, the singer-actress looked much younger than her 45 years while posing for photos on the red carpet. At 45 years old, Jessica hit the VMAs red carpet for the first time since 2006, so 19 years away, and she came back in a sheer black corset bone Siriano gown that looked like it was designed specifically to get the internet talking. Think very dramatic tulle cutouts and all the right places, high-waist undergarments. It was honestly very daring. It was very dramatic, and it was instantly one of the most talked about looks of the night. But before the fashion world could even catch its breath, social media went into full meltdown mode. Some fans swore it wasn't even Jessica Simpson, calling her completely unrecognizable. A few thought the red carpet pics were actually just AI. Now, the comments, absolutely brutal. One person said she looked like she had an allergic reaction to expired chicken of the sea, which, if you know, is the most savage callback to her very infamous "is this tuna or chicken" newlyweds moment with Nick Lachey. Now, others said she looked more like Addison Rae or model Brooks Nader than herself. Basically, people were double checking captions like, wait, Jessica Simpson, really? And of course, the internet has its many theories. Facelift, fillers, too much work done. Some begged her to stop, but it wasn't all shade. No, a lot of fans defended her, saying she looked incredible for 45 and that many people just aren't used to seeing her after almost 2 decades away from the VMAs. Now, amid the plastic surgery speculation and shocked reactions, there were also a ton of comments remarking on how incredible Simpson looks. And honestly, this wasn't some random comeback. Jessica has been slowly stepping back into the spotlight this year. She released new music, dropped an EP called Nashville Canyon Part 2, and even performed at the American Idol finale. So it's all part of her post-divorce renaissance. Her own words say, music has been her lifeline during kind of one of her darkest times. So this red carpet appearance, it wasn't just about shock value, it was kind of symbolic for her, like a full circle moment. Now, Jessica Simpson, after years out of the spotlight, she came back. She made sure the world noticed that she was back. Now, whether people loved it or dragged it, they were certainly talking about it and her. And in pop culture, that's a lot of power. This moment has everything. I mean, fashion, nostalgia, memes, drama, a little controversy, and a whole lot of viral energy. Jessica Simpson didn't just attend the VMAs, she kind of stole the whole conversation around it. Jonah Hill is almost completely unrecognizable. Is it Ozempic or something else? Let's dig into it. Jonah Hill just shocked the entire internet. New photos have come out and people are literally arguing online asking, is that Jonah Hill or someone who stole his identity and grew a beard? I mean, he looks completely unrecognizable. And of course, the first question people are asking is, did he jump on Hollywood's favorite new diet plan, Ozempic? Jonah Hill was spotted in Los Angeles filming his upcoming movie Cut Off, a project he's not only starring in, but also writing and directing. And when I say he looks different, I don't just mean he got a little trim and swapped carbs for kale. I mean like dramatic. He's rocking bleach blonde waves, a full scruffy beard, slim jeans, layered necklaces, and a smile that says, I've been gone through some crap and I came back hotter. Now, the photos are wild. Fans literally didn't recognize him at first. Some people thought it was a prank. Others said he now looks like a rock star who writes like angry songs about his exes. And someone online said, and I quote, why does Jonah Hill look like he manages a surf shop in Venice Beach, but also leads a mysterious cult? And honestly, yeah, that's pretty accurate. The weight loss is what has everybody talking though. It's very dramatic. And when dramatic weight loss appears in 2025, you already know what the internet screams: Ozempic, because Ozempic has low-key become the Hollywood starter pack. I mean, Invisalign, spray tan, stylist, Ozempic, bam, you're a star, you're a celebrity. But here's where it gets interesting. Jonah has never confirmed using it ever, and he's actually always hated people talking about his body. I mean, he once said it makes him really uncomfortable whether people think he's too big or now too skinny. Now, if you've ever followed Jonah's career, this isn't the first time he's transformed. He's lost weight before for roles. He trained in boxing. He changed his diet to cut out beer. I mean, he even once revealed he emailed a food journal to his trainer and accidentally sent it to Drake instead. But what's different now is that his transformation feels personal, not just for like a movie role. I mean, he once opened up about how his body image issues and insecurities were triggered by just years of being called, you know, the funny fat guy in movies. Hollywood basically boxed him in. He was the punchline. So this glow up, it feels like revenge. It feels like evolution. It feels like Jonah Hill finally decided he's done being your before and after meme. I mean, he's been open about going to therapy. He's talked about working on his mental health. He even took a break from promoting movies because he said public appearances triggered anxiety. So while the tabloids are screaming Ozempic, what if the real transformation here isn't about weight at all? What if this is someone who got healthier mentally and physically and stopped caring about public opinion? But okay, back to the gossip, because I know what you're thinking. Let's be real. Did he use Ozempic? I mean, it's possible. Hollywood is running on that stuff like it's Wi-Fi. I mean, you don't have to talk about it to be on it, but here's the truth. Whether he used it or not, it doesn't matter. You don't get results like this without discipline. You can't inject a personality makeover. You can't order confidence off Uber Eats. I mean, this new version of Jonah, that's a choice. It's very intentional. It's a man entering his don't talk to me unless you're kind of raising my, you know, whole aura and vibration era. And his new movie energy matches that. In Cut Off, he actually plays a washed up rock star who becomes obsessed with reinventing himself to stay relevant. So yeah, we live in a world where people praise weight loss until they get jealous. Then suddenly it's a problem. Kathy Griffin's got a brand new face. It's bold, it's fresh, it's lifted, and it's worth every penny. You ever wake up, stare in the mirror, and think, who is that? Well, Kathy Griffin just did that for the whole world, except she planned it. At 64, the legendary queen of savage stand-up was spotted in Malibu after her third facelift. Looking well, let's just say. If you saw her on the street, you might do a double take. Fresh from a Pilates class, rocking an orange Adopt Don't Shop tee, which is real AF, and I honestly applaud her for that one. She also was rocking her trademark red hair and oversized shades. Kathy has officially entered her I've earned the right to shock you era, and that she did. And she's not hiding it. On her podcast, she flat out confirmed, yes, it's my third, before adding, I know that's so vain. Nobody's coming to my shows for my face, they're coming for the jokes. She's not wrong, and honestly, I mean, that's Kathy, very self-aware, unapologetic, and always ready to roast herself before anyone else gets the chance to. This time around, she went to Beverly Hills surgeon Dr. Ben Tilley, who is the same one who did Sia's facelift. The difference? Well, Kathy's showing her results to the world instead of hiding under a wig or a lampshade or whatever else, you know, Sia has done to hide her face for many years. She even laughed about the process, but made it very clear that it's painful. Forget anyone who says cosmetic surgery is like getting a tooth filled. Kathy says it's more like your brains are sliding around in there. Glamorous? No. Honest? Yeah, completely. And honestly, we love an honest, unfiltered comedy queen, right? She spilled every detail, her eyelid work, chin stitches, drains, nurses, and a stay in what she called a rich lady recovery center. She openly admitted the vanity takes over, and honestly, judging by her transformation, she's not wrong about that either. I mean, of course, Kathy's no stranger to going under the scalpel. She had her first nose job at 26, back when Hollywood's beauty standards were even more ruthless. Over the years, she's documented liposuction, cosmetic tweaks, and recovery photos, never sugarcoating the bruises, swelling, or scars. I mean, she's the rare celebrity who will actually show you the ugly side of beauty. So I talk about it now? Well, because Kathy thrives on transparency. She's not just inviting you to laugh at her punchlines, she's inviting you to laugh with her at the truth of aging in a youth-obsessed industry. She's turning every stitch and scar into a story and every transformation into a conversation. And I mean, she had to come back and give us this because remember a few short weeks ago when she was caught outside looking like Sideshow Bob and Carrot Top had a baby? Yeah, that was like extremely rough and really scary. I mean, like, is she unrecognizable now? Sure, a little bit, but that's never been her brand. Kathy Griffin has always been about reinvention, shock value, and just never letting anyone else control her narrative. Facelift or no facelift, she's still the unapologetic, sharp-tongued wildcard that we came for, just with a little extra extra lift. Well, what do you think of Kathy's third face? She's like the Texas Chainsaw Guy at this point, but do you love it, hate it? Let me know. Is Melissa McCarthy on Ozempic? She looks almost unrecognizable lately. Melissa McCarthy is turning heads everywhere right now, and the internet cannot stop talking about her. She's showing up looking slimmer, glowing, and completely different from the Melissa people thought they knew. The big question is though, did Ozempic play a role? At 55, Melissa recently stunned at an event in Los Angeles rocking a cropped black blazer with matching pants covered in silver studs. She looked confident, powerful, and noticeably a lot lighter. Reports estimate she's dropped about 20 pounds just recently, on top of an earlier weight loss of nearly 70 pounds. So that's close to 90 pounds down overall, and fans can't stop buzzing about how unrecognizable she actually looks. Now here's the thing, Melissa has always been very candid about her weight struggles. Years ago, she admitted to trying an all-liquid diet that helped her lose weight fast, of course, but she hated it. She said it left her starved and kind of crazy, and she vowed never to do that again. Now, over time, what really shifted wasn't a diet or a pill, it was her mindset, allegedly. Melissa has said that she finally stopped obsessing about every little thing she ate, stopped worrying so much, and let herself live. That attitude change might be just as important as anything else she's done, but now, of course, people are speculating about Ozempic. You know, in today's celebrity world, every big transformation sparks the same question: is it Ozempic? You know, the diabetes medication, now known actually for appetite control and weight loss. It's been, you know, at the center of Hollywood rumors for months, maybe even years now. And while many stars deny it, the internet is totally convinced that everyone in Hollywood is secretly on it or another GLP-1 medication in the family. I mean, Melissa hasn't confirmed or denied anything, but that hasn't stopped the conversation. What we do know is this: Melissa looks dramatically different, whether it's Ozempic, Mounjaro, Wegovy, whatever, lifestyle changes, or maybe a mix of both. I mean, her transformation is undeniable, and more importantly, it looks like she's carrying herself with a little more ease, more self-acceptance, and way less stress about fitting into Hollywood's impossible standards. That's kind of a win no matter what, right? So is Ozempic to blame? Maybe, maybe not, but the truth is Melissa's, you know, evolution feels bigger than a number on a scale or a prescription. It's about confidence. It's about taking control in a way that works for her. And honestly, whether she used Ozempic or not, she looks incredible, and she's proving that self-acceptance can be the biggest glow up of all. What do you think though? Ozempic, mindset, or both?
Some people are saying that Selena Gomez is on Ozempic, but what is the truth? Now, Selena recently shared a mirror selfie on Instagram where she was sporting a simple black tube top and exposing her midriff. Now, it was a photo meant to promote her brand, Rare Beauty, but more people were focused on the singer's looks, more specifically, her weight. Not long after the selfie went viral and was reposted by several different media platforms, commenters began to accuse her of using weight loss drugs due to how much smaller she seems. And I mean, Ozempic is all the craze right now with celebrities in Hollywood, so is it a possibility that she's on it? Now, Selena has been outspoken in the past about her lupus diagnosis, and subsequent symptoms have affected her body as she has been known to fluctuate with her weight. Now, at the beginning of 2025, she announced that her lupus was in remission, and she started transforming into the once healthy star we watched grow up. Still, in the last few months, she's been looking thinner than ever and has started making fans and other internet users speculate that something is going on behind the scenes besides her lupus. Now, fans commented under the recent photo, asking the star what she's done. One user called the picture an Ozempic selfie and added, "What else is new?" Another harshly joked that Selena was an Ozempic ambassador, as an additional user accused the selfie being taken with the power of Ozempic. Did she Photoshop her body? Asked another user, cause wow. Now, Selena hasn't commented on the Ozempic comments yet, but she never hesitates to shut down negative remarks about her physical appearance. Last November, after trolls criticized her look at the Los Angeles premiere of her film Amelia Perez, accusing her of hiding her figure, she fiercely clapped back. "This makes me sick," she said. "I have SIBO in my small intestine. It flares up. I don't care that I don't look like a stick figure. I don't have that body," she slammed. End of the story. No, I'm not a victim. I'm just human. And yeah, dissing people for their weight gain or loss isn't that cool. Selena Gomez has been open in the past about her weight gain due to certain medications, and it's made her insecure, and then at some points she didn't like her body. So yes, Selena has lost a lot of weight, but her lifestyle has changed. With her lupus in remission, she's surely feeling better, and is probably able to do exercise and take care of her body better. And don't forget, she's also gearing up for her wedding to her fiance Benny Blanco in the next couple of months. Also, Benny loves to cook and has said many times that he likes cooking for the two of them. So maybe she's been eating healthier than before. Now with all these different things going on, it's not hard to understand that her body would change and she would lose some weight. And who knows, maybe her doctor prescribed her Ozempic to help her with some of her lupus symptoms. Regardless though, I don't think it's any of our business. As long as Selena is healthy and happy, that's all that matters.
36-year-old Emma Stone is almost completely unrecognizable now. When Emma Stone showed up at Paris Fashion Week, people lost their minds. Not because of what she was wearing, no, but because no one could agree on whether it was even her. The internet basically lit up like a Christmas tree with comments like, "Who is this person?" And that's not Emma Stone, that's Shmema Shmone. Now, she was sitting front row next to Blackpink's Lisa, and fans were convinced, they were looking at an entirely different human being, which fair, because she does look kind of different. So here's what actually went down though. Emma, who's now 36, walked into the Louis Vuitton show in Paris wearing this very soft cream dress and cropped cardigan. Total classic movie star moment. It was giving, very Pretty Woman-esque. But the real shocker wasn't the outfit, it was literally her face. People said she looked completely unrecognizable, different skin tone, new bone structure, and like a totally different aura about her. It didn't take long for the internet detectives to start throwing around theories. I mean, is it fillers, filters, surgery, maybe even AI? I mean, who knows right now? But before we start spiraling into alien clone conspiracy theories, let's look at the facts here. Emma recently shaved her head completely for her new film Begonia. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But yes, she buzzed off her whole iconic red hair. Her hairstylist called it a very bold, fearless transformation. Honestly, it was, but it was also giving like 2001 Tyra Banks, America's Next Top Model vibes, and I don't like that. She's sporting this new copper auburn tone they're calling spiced sienna. And I mean, it's giving futuristic goddess energy, which like, if she likes it, I love it. But apparently the world just wasn't ready and isn't ready. I mean, fans started saying her face looks totally different. And of course that opened the floodgates. So here's where I have to be a little savage, okay? Because when a celebrity switches up their look drastically, people lose all chill. I mean, the same crowd that praises authenticity will immediately scream, ruined, the second someone takes a risk. So like, in 1 minute it's good, the next it's not. It's classic internet hypocrisy. Like, God forbid a 36-year-old actress changes her hair or experiments with her style without being accused of destroying her face. I mean, my God, right? But let's be honest, angles, lighting, and a fresh cut can change how anybody looks, literally. Combine that with, high definition cameras and 1,000 people editing the same photo differently, and suddenly you've got 30 versions of Emma Stone circulating online. Half of them probably don't even look human. And the irony, well, everyone, screams plastic surgery, of course, while posting selfies with like 5 filters and Facetune maxed out. So still, there's something deeper here though. I mean, Emma's always been known for her expressive kind of face, she's got really huge eyes, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, like they're nice. She's got this smirk, that very quirky, relatable girl next door vibe. So, when she stripped all of that down and came out with a shaved head and softer features, people didn't know how to process it. I mean, it's like they forgot that actors are supposed to transform. That's literally their job. But the harsh reality is that Hollywood loves a makeover until it doesn't. I mean, when you're young and changing, it's called growth and evolution. But when you're in your mid-30s and changing, suddenly it's desperation. The double standard here is wild. Emma Stone didn't ruin her face, guys. She literally just stopped catering to what people think she should look like. And apparently that's enough to break the internet. So here is the real takeaway takeaway, at least mine, she's evolving. She's stepping into her next era. Maybe it's not the Emma Stone you're used to, you know, but it's still Emma Stone. And if the price of artistic freedom is being called unrecognizable, then honestly, I mean, that's kind of iconic, right? Because at the end of the day, like whether people love it or hate it, they're still talking about her. I'm here talking about her. And in Hollywood, that is the ultimate win. So yeah, 44-year-old Kim Kardashian is nearly unrecognizable in these new photos. Okay, everyone stop your scrolling because Kim Kardashian just pulled one of the most shocking red carpet stunts we've seen in years. The 44-year-old reality mogul showed up to the Academy Museum Gala looking so unrecognizable that even diehard fans had to double check who it was. So picture this, Kim walks in wearing a full nude colored face mask that completely covers her entire head. So yes, unrecognizable. No makeup visible, no hair, no facial expression. It's giving like very much the era of her and Kanye. Now just this eerily smooth mannequin-like mask paired with a strapless corset gown that looks like it was sculpted onto her body. The gown itself, well, it was a nude tone Maison Margiela couture piece from the fall 2025 collection, complete with draped sleeves, floor sweeping fabric, and you know, that signature Kim silhouette that screams, I own this room. She didn't just show up, she stole all of the oxygen from the carpet. And because she's Kim, she made sure to joke about it on her Instagram stories. In one clip, she turns to her makeup artist and says, Mario, do I look okay? The makeup? He plays along saying, yeah, your makeup looks amazing. Kim replies, you know, deadpan, good. All that hard work, guys. Total savage humor. I mean, she knows exactly what she's doing, poking fun at the absurdity of her own transformation while still knowing it's about to break the internet. Now, of course, reactions blew up like instantly. Some people called it art. Others said she looked like she wrapped her head in a grocery bag. But here's the thing, love her or hate her, you really can't deny the impact that Kim Kardashian has always known to kind of have and how to command attention. And this moment just proves she's still the reigning queen of reinvention. This isn't the first time she's played the whole unrecognizable mystery card either. Remember her 2021 Met Gala look where she was covered head to toe in black Balenciaga fabric, face and all? Yes, that era I was just talking about with Kanye. I mean, that was the original mask moment. It's giving like very Jim Carrey. Now, this nude, you know, Margiela version feels like the evolution, softer, eerier, and even more hauntingly beautiful somehow. So let's break it down. Number one, the mask itself is a statement. Covering your face in an event built around being seen is a big power move, right? It's saying, I control how you perceive me. Number two, the couture choice. Margiela is all about pushing boundaries, blurring fashion and performance, you know, art, kind of pairing that aesthetic with Kim's brand of celebrity, you know, gives it even more weight. Now, number three, the viral factor. This look was made for memes, clearly, screenshots, debates, and think pieces, case in point. Whether people love it or drag it, they're talking about it, and that's the point. Number four, the message. At 44, Kim isn't fading into the background or letting younger influencers take her shine. She's kind of doubling down, getting bolder, showing that reinvention isn't about youth, it's about audacity, which is at an all-time high these days. So yeah, maybe she was unrecognizable here, you know, clearly, but when you're Kim Kardashian, that is kind of the point, right? 46-year-old Kourtney Kardashian is suddenly unrecognizable and people online are convinced she's ruined her face. But what if the truth behind how she looks now is way darker than anyone wants to admit? In the newest trailer for the Kardashians, Kourtney is seen looking exhausted, tense, and honestly unlike herself. I mean, her face not only looks different, it looks strained, like someone who's been holding in something heavy for just way too long. I mean, this comes right after what insiders are calling one of the nastiest fights ever between Kourtney and Khloe. A fight that reportedly left Kourtney miserable and isolating herself from the family. And now people think the emotional toll is literally showing on her face. She kind of looks like she has a Ozempic face, but that's another story. Now, the internet is already going wild. Fans who used to praise Kourtney as the most natural Kardashian beauty are now saying she kind of OD'd on filler and Botox. I mean, Reddit threads are dragging her new jawline. Twitter is accusing her of trying to compete with Kim's face. And Botox experts on TikTok are pausing screenshots of the trailer like it's a crime scene breakdown. And people who have followed her for years are saying she's lost the softness that made her relatable. But what if this isn't about fillers at all? Because what we're seeing isn't just a new face, it's a woman who looks like she's kind of at war with herself. Whether she touched her face or not, something clearly has changed. I mean, the spark in her eyes that made her the chill sister, it's gone. The calm confidence she had when she broke away from filming years ago, that is gone. The woman who said she didn't care about fame anymore suddenly looks like she's like suffocating under it. I mean, let's be real, Kourtney has always been the one sister who seemed very sane in a world of chaos, but now she looks like she stepped straight out of a Hollywood pressure cooker. I mean, the stress from her relationship with the family, nonstop online criticism for marrying Travis Barker and that drama, and constant comparisons to Kim have created the exact thing Kourtney swore she would never become: another Kardashian who's been manufactured, filtered, and emotionally fried. And here's what people are missing. Faces do tell stories. When someone's face changes, it's not always surgery. Sometimes it's like suffering. I mean, Kourtney's evolution looks less like vanity, more like someone breaking under the pressure. Fame has been aging the Kardashians in real time for years, but Kourtney always avoided that Hollywood look until now. So maybe the real question isn't what did Kourtney do to her face? Maybe it's what did fame, family, betrayal, and whatever else do to Kourtney? Because whatever happened, behind the scenes between her and Khloe clearly wasn't just like little sister, big sister drama. Kourtney looks like she's done pretending, done performing, done being edited into the role she's expected to play. And the scariest part of this whole thing, well, when someone reaches that level of burnout, they don't just change their face, they usually change their whole life. I mean, this isn't a makeover. This is a meltdown disguised as glamour. And anyone who thinks this is just about filler is kind of missing the real story here.
Nelly Furtado, at 46, is dazzling fans with a dramatic new look and a spirit that radiates confidence, authenticity, and joy. Recent photos and her vibrant stage presence have left many barely recognizing the Y2K pop icon who once soared up the charts with I'm Like a Bird and Promiscuous. Yet, what's emerging is not just a different image, but a powerful narrative about self-love, resilience, and redefining beauty on her own terms. During her recent performances, particularly in the UK, Furtado stunned the crowd with a futuristic, bold fashion sense. The response was one of pure admiration, with fans describing her as having queen energy on full display and calling her stunning as ever and still dope at 46. The buzz escalated as Furtado shared a series of makeup-free and filter-free photos on Instagram. Striking a confident pose, she embraced her natural beauty and spoke candidly about her journey with self-acceptance and the external pressures she faces as a woman in the public eye. Furtado's openness is a breath of fresh air in an entertainment world that bombards women, especially as they get older, with unrealistic beauty standards. She addressed rumors directly, confirming she's never had facial or body surgeries, fillers, or injections, only some dental veneers and a consistent self-care routine. Her message was plain spoken: express yourself freely, celebrate your individuality, and know that it's perfectly okay to be okay with what you see in the mirror, and it's also okay to want something different. In a heartfelt post she wrote, "This year I became aware of the aesthetic pressure of my work in a brand new way, while simultaneously I experienced new levels of self-love and genuine confidence from within." For Nelly, the idea is not to conform, but to thrive by embracing her individuality, reminding everyone to have a body-neutral 2025, to love oneself with every inch of your heart, and above all, to cherish authenticity. Nelly Furtado's story is about more than transformation. It's a celebration of a career that's been both pioneering and enduring. Rising to fame with her album Whoa Nelly in the 2000s, she's become a symbol of artistic evolution, continually taking risks with her sound and image. From folk pop introspection to R&B anthems, she's amassed Grammy and Juno Awards, and her hits remain timeless. She took a lengthy hiatus from music to prioritize motherhood, raising 3 children. Her return to the stage reveals a newfound confidence and maturity. "I think I'm more confident because, as a sort of more mature woman coming back to the studio, I just have a clear sense of detachment and boundaries, and I'm really able to kind of say, no, let's try this," she explained. Her recent tour, Better Than Ever, sees her captivating audiences across Europe, her performances infused with a genuine joy and creative freedom that can only come from years of learning to be comfortable in one's own skin. What resonates most about Nelly Furtado's transformation is the celebration of a life fully lived. She's candid about navigating parenthood and continually advocates for self-acceptance. Her willingness to age publicly, defy conventions, and share her stories with vulnerability makes her not just an icon of her generation, but a genuine role model for women everywhere. In embracing every aspect of her journey, the triumphs, the challenges, and the changes, Nelly Furtado offers a powerful lesson. Beauty is not about perfection or permanence, but the courage to evolve and the grace to keep dancing on stage and off.
50-year-old Angelina Jolie is unrecognizable after ruining her face, and these photos prove it. Okay, let's talk about what is going on with Angelina Jolie, because the internet is spiraling, and honestly, I kind of get why. New photos of her just dropped, and you know what? It's Angelina attending the Shanghai Fashion Week in late March, and people are genuinely asking the same question. What happened? Now, it's not in like a shady troll comment kind of way, but in a very real confused, is that actually her kind of way? But fans started throwing around the thought of maybe this is her body double, or yes, you guessed it, a clone. That's all the hype right now. Because, you know, this is Angelina Jolie. I mean, for years, she wasn't just considered beautiful, she was the standard. I mean, the face, the bone structure, the effortless, you know, untouchable Hollywood aura. You don't just become unrecognizable overnight unless something has clearly changed. And that's exactly what people are reacting to. In these new photos, fans are pointing out how dramatically different her face looks. It's a lot sharper, more hollow, almost fragile. Her features, which, you know, used to be very soft but defined, now look extremely angular. Her cheeks appear sunken, her skin looks thinner, and overall there's just this noticeably gaunt appearance that people just can't ignore. And before anyone jumps to conclusions or comes at me, this isn't about attacking her. It's about the fact that the difference is so visible that it sparks some real concerns. Because here's the thing, this doesn't look like typical Hollywood aging. This looks like something deeper, you know, whether it's weight loss, stress, health, or just the pressure of being in the public eye for decades, you know? Let's be real for a second though. Angelina Jolie has been through a lot. We're talking very public relationships, a very messy divorce, years of legal battles, health scares, surgeries. I mean, this isn't someone who's been living stress-free, you know, spa day lifestyle every day. So when people see these photos, it's not just gossip, it's concern mixed with shock. But of course, the internet doesn't stop at concern, right? Some people are already throwing around words like too thin, unwell, and even speculating about possible cosmetic changes. Others are saying it's just bad lighting, harsh angles, or very unflattering photos being blown out of proportion. And honestly, I mean, I would say it's probably a mix of everything, because cameras can exaggerate, lighting can distort, and when you're already a naturally very slim person, even a small weight change can completely alter how your face looks on camera. But still, the reaction has been very intense, and it raises a bigger conversation that Hollywood hates having, because women in the spotlight are expected to do the impossible, which is never age, never change, never look too thin, never look too full, never look tired, but also somehow stay completely natural. So, you know, pick a struggle, babe, please. I mean, if she looks older, people talk. If she looks different, people talk. If she looks exactly the same, then it's, you know, what work has she had done? There is literally no winning. But what's interesting here is that this isn't just random criticism, it's the level of shock. That moment where people genuinely don't recognize someone they've seen for decades, and that's why this is blowing up, because when someone as iconic as Angelina Jolie suddenly looks different enough to spark headlines worldwide, I mean, people are gonna pay attention, right? So the real question isn't, did she ruin her face? Because, you know, that's dramatic and honestly kind of unfair. The real question is, what are we actually seeing here? Is it just a rough set of photos, a moment caught at the wrong angle, or is it a sign of something deeper going on behind the scenes? And that's the part no one can fully answer yet, but one thing's for sure. When the internet collectively does a double take like this, you know something has shifted, and trust me, this conversation is not going away anytime soon.